you're running a business and you're feeling behind with the AI, this quick primer will help you get up to speed and enable you to implement AI in your business. We'll cover three layers that every business owner needs to understand. I'm Matt Dixon. I'm your friendly neighborhood CTO. I've got a quarter-century experience in automation and software development and technology leadership. I've helped save companies over $1 million each with automation and system integration. I'd love to share with you what I know about AI, and this is a quick primer for you. Part one, LLMs. We've heard it a lot. Large language model. What exactly is that? They are the brain, so to speak, of every tool that you use. There's all sorts of different flavors of LLMs. In simplistic terms, it could be equated to someone Googling really fast in the background for you and coming up with an answer instead of a list of answers. That's the key difference between running a Google search and running an AI search against an LLM. It indexes the content it has available and tries to guess the next word. For example, if you type in old, what could be the next word? Man, woman, table, a thing, right? Then if I type McDonald, what's the next word? We all know it's going to be Old MacDonald had a farm. With the context that the LLM provides, it's able to distinguish that and establish what's the likelihood of the next word being McDonald and had. Some of the key players are OpenAI. There's Anthropic, which does Claude. There's Google with Gemini, and Meta has created Llama. Microsoft has their Copilot as well, and they're all very useful tools, and some of them are better in some circumstances versus another. There are specialized ones, like for coding, there's GitHub Copilot and Claude Code. I've used both of them, and they are pretty handy. They make it a lot easier to solve problems and fix bugs. It's a good way to take a senior developer and have them be more productive. Since I'm a tech guy, starting a junior dev using one of those AI tools, they're not as experienced in their software development. They could potentially incur some technical debt by not following best practices just because they are inexperienced. The AI tools aren't perfect. They all make mistakes just because they're going off of data instead of experience. Another one is Jasper and Copy AI for content marketing and creating content. The number one rule when picking an LLM is pick the tool that you need to use, and that will come with an LLM or an option of LLMs with it. It's less important which LLM you choose and more important the tool and how effective it is for you and your business. Part two, AI wrappers. A lot of the things we work with are in fact wrappers. Think of a wrapper as something that takes one thing and enhances it with something else. If you have, for instance, in the legal world, if you want to analyze a legal document, you'll need some specific knowledge and specified way to look at that document. I can read a legal document, and an attorney can read a legal document, and we can have completely different perspectives because I'm not an attorney. Just like I can look at code and an attorney can look at code, but I gain more insight from code than an attorney would. So you'd want a specialized LLM. Think of it as you make a request, summarize this document. And the wrapper part would be, it would add all the attorney things that are important to it versus a code implementation would be, all right, I'm specifically looking for code. How's this code work? How's it structured? In the legal sense, are there any gotchas that my client could potentially face with this contract? Are there any loopholes? Things like that. What's the basic structure of the document, of the contract? So a legal document is very specialized, and you're going to want something that can help you do that quickly. Another one is in the CRM. There's lead scoring and all sorts of different messaging that it can create for you off the response of the previous customer interaction. There's also automation in the finance area. I know auditing sounds like a horrible job, but there are people that actually enjoy it. So let them do the best audit ever, and if we can make their job easier, then they can do more and get more audits done. It's a good way to enhance what you already like doing. And you can focus on the parts you like versus the detail that you don't like. Right here are a couple of functional examples, three different areas. The first one is meeting productivity. We've all used AI note takers. I've recorded a YouTube video about that. That is a specific tool for a specific job. It doesn't do everything. It does meeting recording very well, and then it takes notes and it also summarizes it and brings action items, and it can email everyone automatically. The second place is writing. Grammarly and Notion AI are good for this. They can help you craft content for your blog, your website, any sort of publication you want to make. Saves a lot of time, gets you 80% done, and then you can add a human to add the flair that you need to proofread it, to build upon it, and finalize it. I know a lot of digital marketing agencies do not use AI. They specifically handwrite everything because they don't want it to sound like an AI. Since that's not my job, I'm fine using an AI to help generate content because it gets me there much quicker. All right, the third area is design. Both Canva and Adobe have AI tools that can help you with your design work. The third section, AI agents. What's an AI agent? Well, it's kind of a combination between a wrapper and then its own thing where it can go off and do things. Think of Claude Code, talked about, even GitHub Copilot. Those can act as agents and they can actually modify the source code. Think of an AI agent as something that will actually go do work for you instead of summarize information for you. There are a couple that come to mind in the AI automation area. There's Zapier AI and N8N. Both of them offer the capability to use AI agents and they can run in the background. One example of this could be like an inbox. I run one that will monitor everything and it will put emails into different folders. That way I only have to focus on 5 or 10 emails a day versus the many that I get, like marketing emails, notifications, things like that. With those two tools, you can create something like that of your own, something very custom and specific, and it will work exactly the way you want it in your situation. The second area is CRM intelligence. Salesforce, HubSpot, all the CRM providers have their own AI implementation. They can do predictive analysis and lead scoring. They can generate content for you. They can also generate email responses based on what comes in from the lead or the customer. This saves a ton of time and can get you there. All right, the third area is productivity suites. There's Microsoft Copilot and there's Google Workspace AI. Both of those are integrated into the either Microsoft or Google stack if you're using a Gmail or Outlook. You can create different agents that can run in your various tools and you can process things automatically, send out notifications, all sorts of cool things that you can do. There are also pre-built agents that you can implement and run in your organization. So those are the 3 layers of AI that can help you run your business more effectively and more efficiently. Here's a quick framework for deciding on what tools to use. The first one is to have a little pilot program. Pilot what works and what doesn't. You want to take a small snippet of something and you want to test it with an AI tool. For instance, with your AI note taker, use a couple in tandem and see which one gives you the better results. A lot of that comes down to personal preference, so find one that works best for you. The second step is to measure what's working, measure what's not, measure the time improvement, measure everything you can about the before and the after of your pilot program. And then the third step is to scale it. Once you implement your solution, then you can scale it to the entire organization. You can really maximize what you can benefit from with the tool that you've selected. The bottom line is to focus on tools that really solve problems for your business. Don't find a solution looking for a problem, find a problem, solve it with a tool that will help you. If you have questions, if you're stuck, there's a link in the description. You can book a call with me. I'd love to see where you are on your AI journey and how I can help. As always, like the video, share it, subscribe, and you'll hear about the next video.